Would Michael Jordan have survived the social media era? Now, this is a topic, a conversation, a debate, however you want to phrase it. This is probably one of the most annoying, childish debates that I've ever heard in a long time. Even the thought to think that Michael Jordan, who is one of the most mentally toughest players of all time, would have had a difficult time surviving in the social media era. That shouldn't even be a question. They always speak about LeBron James playing in the social media era and, how they try to make a difference between him and Michael Jordan didn't have, a 24-hour kind of like press when it came to covering basketball. So basically, you have an average fan. You know how they used to say on Twitter, it was just an eggshell. You're getting mad at somebody with an eggshell thumbnail, an eggshell picture comment, somebody who's irrelevant speaking on the game of basketball. With Michael Jordan been able to handle that. And my response is that Michael Jordan would have never been fazed by social media. And this is one of the most important parts, which is upbringing. Michael Jordan grew up in a house with a father. When you have someone who's there for reinforcement, a prime example of how to go from a boy to a man, to not be validated by others' opinions. Someone who there, when you get a bump or a bruise, you gonna be all right. You okay? You gonna be all right. Get back out there and go make another shot. You fall down, you get back up. You don't got nobody to baby you and pamper you. Michael Jordan didn't care about approval, social acceptance. He didn't care about validation. He validated himself. The confidence came from putting the work in and then going out there and leaving it all out on the line, making no excuses. But see, that's what LeBron James and the media has done for LeBron James for so many years. They constantly make excuses. Michael Jordan wouldn't have cared about social media. He probably wouldn't have been on social media like that, bro. Michael Jordan would have been focused on his craft, the game. He's the ultimate competitor. He wanted to win. When you look at Kobe Bryant, you're looking at Michael Jordan. They're one and the same. Or you can make the argument that Jordan was Kobe times 20. Either or. But Michael Jordan, you think he would have really been tripping off social media, worried about Instagram models? No, Michael Jordan was that guy in real life. If anything, what Michael Jordan would have did, he would have went to social media and used it as fuel. Would have read the messages and he would have used it as motivation to go out there and prove the doubters wrong. He wouldn't have had burner accounts. He wouldn't have been crying and he wouldn't have did all that. Michael Jordan was just built different. LeBron James is soft. He would have definitely survived through the social media era. That would have been easy for him. That would have been a cakewalk. And they acting like the press didn't crucify players just as much. See, LeBron James get more positive coverage when he has a bad game. If Jordan have a bad game, they're going to be like, what's wrong with this dude? If Michael Jordan came up short in the finals, they would have crucified him because he's the greatest. There weren't that many great players like Michael Jordan, so the spotlight would have really been on him. Something really had to have been wrong. For LeBron James, if he has a bad game, they're going to sweep it up under the rug and make an excuse. Now, the people who don't matter, they've made them matter. The players, they allowed these nobodies to matter. That's just like LeBron James engaging with fans at the arena. Getting fans put out. Getting upset that a fan said something. People who pay their hard-earned money, who may be booing and rooting against you, he'll have them removed from the game. Jordan didn't do all that. He would have proved to you like, all right, well, I'm having a bad game. They talk trash to you and then come down there and taunt you after he done scored 45 points and went on a scoring streak, went on a scoring tear. That's the difference. They've allowed the fans to matter, the so-called nobodies to matter. That's the difference. Jordan, they never gave them any energy. They weren't that soft and thin-skinned. You see Russell Westbrook going back and forth with fans. Jordan would have never did that. So he would have thrived even more. He would have blazed through the social media era. Michael Jordan would have been 10 times. Michael Jordan would have been 100 times more popular than LeBron James on social media. Why? Because they would have respected Michael Jordan that much more. People love a winner. That's all. Kobe Bryant is a direct reflection of what Michael Jordan was. Kobe Bryant played through the social media era. He had to deal with the gambling. He had to deal with being covered about him having an involvement with his father being murdered due to him gambling. Michael Jordan was criticized, he said himself, for being selfish, for taking too many shots. Michael Jordan came back. They said he wasn't what he once was when he came back, when he returned to the game of basketball. Kobe Bryant is the offspring of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was the epitome of Mamba mentality before Mamba mentality. Michael Jordan was so mentally tough that even in a loss, he doesn't put his head down. He doesn't look defeated. He doesn't cry. He don't cry over fouls. He doesn't seem weak. So Michael Jordan would have got the same respect that you see Giannis Antetokounmpo get. They wouldn't have trolled Jordan like that. They would have gave Jordan his respect. So Jordan wouldn't have had to worry about trolls like that on social media. Crying memes and all that. He wouldn't have had to worry about that. Michael Jordan would have earned his respect. So they wouldn't have trolled him. The reason they troll LeBron James, a lot of LeBron James detractors, come from the fact that LeBron James is 6'8", 250 pounds, drives to the lane, and flops. LeBron James flops. He cries. He forms super teams. We seeing this supposed to be so-called ultimate warrior that he says he is, have all these advantages and still somehow comes up short. He's always looking for a way to cheat and looking for a way to get around a challenge. So that's where his detractors come from. He's so insecure that he has to tell us that right there made me the greatest. He has to tell us that he's the best player in the world. He doesn't let the fans validate that. He has to. Michael Jordan didn't have super teams. He didn't have star players alongside him. He didn't have the luxury of having Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. He didn't have a Kyrie Irving and Kevin Love or Anthony Davis or Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis, Carmelo Anthony, like have a stacked bench. Michael Jordan didn't have that, or otherwise he'd have 8 to 12 rings. Michael Jordan, one of the greatest leaders of all time, not just one of the greatest scorers. LeBron James is still in the social media era. He still has a losing record in the social media era. He's lost more finals than any player in NBA history. LeBron James has the best coverage within the media. He's the media darling. The media is always favored towards him. Michael Jordan didn't have the luxury of being able to trade his teammates. Michael Jordan wasn't called MJGM.